Good morning all, and welcome to the live room summary. Monday the 23rd, and we've got off to a flyer in the 500 club, so very, very happy indeed. We zoned in on three charts: cable, euro, dollar, and dollar yen. Of course, there's opportunities elsewhere, but these are the three we mainly concentrated on. And to be honest, the main two we concentrated on were cable and euro, dollar. So let me just have a quick look at those two. In fact, actually, no, I will just have a quick look at dollar yen. Dollar yen is a little bit off the cuff on the basis of, let's just look at this, and then I'll come back to the ones we zoned in on. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay, so dollar yen's fallen. As you can see, big fall from 99 down towards this 94 level. It's bounced now, what, 50% back up to where? The daily 20. So there is support down below, down on this 4-hour 20. I was well aware of that. Setting into a 4-hour 20 isn't great, but it was only a cheeky one, 45 to 50 pips on the way back down. Why? Because here, can you see? I know where resistance level is. Where? Weekly, daily 20 at that 60 level. So when you start shorting this at 25.30, or 25, I should say, you've only got very, very limited risk. I like trades where I know I've got limited risk, guys. If you can suddenly go and feel comfortable and say, right, I just see someone in the room there talking about cable. Could you buy cable off this for the 15 level off that hourly 20? Suddenly it pops back up to 60. Yeah? It's once you feel comfortable and you think, my downside is so limited that I'm like, well, I'm happy to place a trade, yeah? Then place it. I know it comes out of confidence, guys, but there's nothing worse than if you're in a trade, but then you've got to stop yourself out before support or before resistance. Then it gets a bit annoying. But once you know there's a resistance level, as in this level here, and you think to yourself, well, it could fall here, yeah, it's in a downward trend. If that trend goes, everything's down, it could still go. Yeah? I banked 50%. As I said to the guys in the room, I stopped out my other 50% at break even at that 25, just because I didn't want to lose anything on it. And I'm going to watch this very closely. Could I still go short now? Well, yeah, this could still absolutely still drop. What would be my downside? Well, 20 pips. It's not exactly a lot. If it breaks up, it breaks up. Yeah? It's just something called a double top. But I understand on the short-term charts, it's not great. Looking like it's going to start moving a little bit higher. But slightly bigger picture, I was looking at that. So let's have a look at cable, guys. I'm only going to zone in on the three currency pairs that we chose to look at. So we know how we made our 45 pips in dollar yen. So, cable, ascending triangle, a little bit of an overbought market, but support down here. The early guys got in at 5 o'clock. They all made about 100, 110 pips up from 145 up to 146.10. For the rest of us, mere people, we knew that we're betting into a slightly overbought market, but on these breakouts, you either go for it or you stay out of it. Most of us went for it. We most have all made 25 pips. On the balance, close out for break even or -5, net you're still making. Sometimes these just go and they go without you, they go up another 100 pips, but you're better off to be in it and still take 25 or net 15 or whatever it might be on the trade than not taking it. I know it was overbought. I'm well aware it was overbought, but sometimes they just go bang 46 all the way up to 146.80, and you get 80 pips. Yeah, but since it's pulled back, I can see why a couple of guys have gone long off this 15 level on this bounce. It's on the support. It's on an ascending triangle. Yes, if it breaks through, they'll just close themselves out. But guess what? If they're going long at 15.20, they've got such a protected stop here at, let's say, the figure just below. So they've got to risk themselves 25 pips. Is that a disaster if it goes against them? Well, no, 25 pips, okay, eats away on a little bit of profit, but it's not a disaster, is it? They would have been up at, even on this 15-minute chart, you buy in here, retrace back up towards that 50 level, you still would have made 35 pips on the bounce. You bank 50%, it's suddenly like, you can just suddenly get that feel of every time you get into a trade and it starts bouncing away, you bank 50%, 25 pips, suddenly it all works out quite well. This turns now, trigger gets up, why couldn't this start to turn? It's on a support line. But the pips early, the guys who made a lot are the guys who got in early, they broke up. The rest of us, we made a few pips on the upside. We made sure we banked at here for 25 pips. Nice trade from that break of that 90. Okay? That was a breakout. So again, not a bad day in cable. Not great, but the market was overbought, but we made pips above all. Made pips, dollar yen. Euro dollar. Resistance level, 137.37. Yeah, it went 30 odd bid. Your risk was about 10-15 pips in this euro dollar. A lot of guys going short. Nice little play back down towards this 40 level. Okay? I didn't hold it this far. Should have done. Potential 100 pips are, great effort in a sense. Triple top. Stop loss the other side. Again. But can you see? The main thing is you can see where guys are making pips from. Some guys have made well over 100 pips today. A lot of guys making 50 to 60 pips, spreading it out between cable and euro dollar. But even if you took 25 pips on each, 25 pips in dollar yen, 25 pips in euro dollar, 25 pips in cable guy, that's 75 pips. Okay, you're not maximising out on everything, but guys, do the maths. You spread the risk. You get these trades right and you've got limited risk. It's good. Yeah? But nice little trades. So that's all we've really zoned in on. Reasonably slow to be honest. We didn't really, go into euro yen and sterling yen and things like that. But I know Aussie and had a good old break, stuff like that. But we've left everything else alone to be honest. Okay, but you can just see how you can pick up nice 50, 60, 70, 80 pips there today. Very controlled, working off support and resistance levels. That's all we did today. Okay, guys, great day. Well done, and I'll speak to you later on. Take care.